Okay, so Queer Kid Stuff has a new video out, and this time it's about class. Let's see what they have to say about this subject.
Welcome to the third episode in our 5-part series on privilege. You ready, Teddy?
Ready.
Okay, help me remember everything we've talked about, Teddy.
You mean ever? That's so many things.
That is such an unfair request, Lindsay. He's a stuffed toy, not Richard Dawkins.
Oh no, Teddy. Just in our episodes on privilege.
Oh, that makes more sense. Sure, Lindsay.
Okay, first we learned all about what privilege is.
When we sang that song about the playground.
That's right. We learned about privilege when we sang about the Monkeybars and how we can all help build a brand new jungle gym that's fair for everyone.
No. What you've learned there is that in a world without any competition, everyone can be a brain surgeon and completely screw up an otherwise simple procedure of prescribing some painkillers by chopping their heads off.
My brain hurts! It'll have to come out!
Seriously, lowering the monkey bar isn't accomplishing equality. In fact, it's discriminatory against tall kids.
And today I've got another friend for you to meet who's going to help us talk about something called class.
Oh, great. They got a white woman to talk about privilege. Great. Notice she's on a Mac? I bet that cost a pretty penny. And those glasses were probably Prada's, and those are expensive. What am I saying? She's probably just a queer trans woman.
Gabby?
What's up, Teddy?
What are your pronouns and how do you identify?
Oh, I identify as cis female and my pronouns are she, her.
Oh. She's a cis, hetero, non-queer chick. Great. That means she knows everything there is to know about class, right? Right? Right?
The type of class we're talking about is social class.
Sheesh, back off a Teddy, woman. He's a bear, not a social science major.
Gabby, why don't we back up and break it down a little bit?
Well, Teddy, this type of class has to do with money.
Whoa, Riley Dennis, School of Jump Cuts.
Has to do with money. Has to do with money. With money.
When you have money, that means you can buy things.
Like clothes and books and toys and food.
Oh, well, in that case, since I'm earning minimum wage and barely scraping by, that makes me less privileged than you, right? God, that is so dumbed down, my brain hurts.
My brain hurts too!
Some people have more money than other people.
We sometimes call these people rich or wealthy, and people with less money can't buy as much stuff. We sometimes call these people poor or less wealthy.
You finally got a definition right.
So, some people can have more ice cream than other people because of how much money they have?
Oh god, this is gonna be a dig at Trump, right? 2 scoops and all? Good thing you didn't go with the Bill Nye ice cream reference.
And people who have different amounts of money are in different classes.
But why? Everyone should be able to have ice cream if they want it.
See, that's the problem, Teddy. Just because you want something doesn't mean you need it. I want a BMW i8, but I don't need it. I want to have caviar for dinner, but I don't need it. See the problem here, Teddy? Teddy? Oh no. I think Teddy has gone full communist.
Exactly. So if we're going with the ice cream metaphor, some people can afford to get a waffle cone with a bunch of different toppings and 2 scoops.
Called it.
And some people can get a sugar cone with 1 scoop. And a lot of people can't afford to have any ice cream at all.
That's where privilege comes in, Teddy.
No. That's when having money comes in. Look, if I have an extra $5 at the end of the week, I'll treat myself to something nice, maybe some ice cream. But that doesn't make me more or less privileged because I have that money. I worked for that money, and so did other people. I mean, come on. Just because you don't have something doesn't make you more or less privileged.
People with money have a huge advantage over people with less money.
Stating the obvious. Go on.
Can't the person with the big ice cream cone share their money so other people can get ice cream too?
Pause it. Think about that statement, Teddy. You're going down a very dangerous route here.
This is another thing about privilege that's really unfair, Teddy. Some people who have more money do share it with other people, but a lot don't.
And that is their choice, Lindsay. That's the difference. It's not privilege, it's choice. Some of these people work really fucking hard for their money, and while charity is a nice thing, sometimes perceived privilege is just that. Perceived. Having enough money to buy a better car isn't a sign of privilege. It's a sign of, I need a more reliable instrument so I can go out and make more money.
That's not very nice.
You're definitely right about that, Teddy.
Is there something I can do about it?
Yes, sure. Everyone can make a difference, even if it feels small.
It's all about kindness and generosity.
Does that mean sharing?
Queer kid stuff has gone completely socialist.
Here's an example from my own life, Teddy. When I was in elementary school, I changed from a school that didn't have school uniforms to a school that did have school uniforms, meaning that everyone was dressed the same every day and you couldn't tell what class people were. Well, then some of the rich kids started wearing expensive sneakers and fancy jewelry to school so that people could know that they were wealthier than the other kids and had more money.
Because their parents could afford it. Not necessarily because they wanted to rub your nose in it. You grew up envying others for their money, so your suggestion is what? Make everybody the same? Take their nice shoes away? Have them share their Nikes? What?
Well, that made the poor kids feel really bad and judged.
Tough shit. How did you feel judged? How? The only judgment I can see here is coming from you. They went to the store, they got the shoes, they paid for it, they are wearing it, it's their choice. But your choice is to feel judged. Boo frickin' who.
So, then kids from both sides got together and decided that nobody should wear any markers of class like fancy jewelry or expensive sneakers to school. That way, each student could be judged on their merit, personality, and kindness.
Wait, so you dictated to others how they should behave? That's really privileged of you.
Does class make a little more sense now, Teddy?
Yeah, Lindsay. Thanks so much for explaining it to me, Gabby.
All I got from this is that you're against class existing in the sense that other people who have money shouldn't hold on to it and spend it on what their hearts desire. You're a socialist hack.
And thank you so much for having me, you guys. It was great to be here.
Very glad you could make it, Gabby.
Bye!
Gabby is so cool.
I know. Grown-ups, you can find Gabby on her YouTube comedy channel, Just Between Us, and on her financial podcast, Bad with Money.
Oh. Oh, she has a financial podcast called Bad with Money. Oh my god. This has spiraled into some very, very weird concepts for children to embrace. Of course you should learn about sharing and being kind, but what Lindsay and Teddy advocate here is for no one to have any class distinction. And that people who have money should just share it with everyone, regardless of what they did to obtain their money and how they choose to spend it. That's scary. I'm the Fine Print. Peace.